One of the reasons I'm so concerned here is the perception of so many people kind of on the right, and particularly, people who have one foot in the Zionist camp who listen a lot to Netanyahu, who is saying that, this is really a result of the pro Hamas, the progressive movement in the US. And so, are you concerned that if the Trump administration does really decide to crack down on what they call hate speech, which is just free speech, right? There's no difference between the two. Even Charlie Kirk noted that when he was still alive, hate speech is free speech. That they could use systems like that have been developed by Palantir and Oracle to really start rounding up people, or at least arresting people and harassing them here in the US.
Kyle, the ways in which Charlie Kirk's death has been exploited by all sorts of bad actors, starting with Benjamin Netanyahu and now the U.S. security deep state, to do the sorts of crackdowns that they've always wanted to do on free speech, the type of free speech that Charlie Kirk defended when he was alive and would likely be defending if he was still alive now. That effort to do that is just shameless and disgusting. To your point about Pam Bondi, people are really starting to question whether or not she's fit for this role. I mean, it's pretty basic that hate speech is free speech. You can ask The Fire, the free speech group that has consistently defended free speech, no matter if it's free speech from the right or free speech from the left. They'll tell you that. I don't know what she's talking about. I am very concerned about the crackdown, though. This is something that, unfortunately, Trump endorsed. The night that Charlie Kirk died, he gave a speech where he said that he was going to order his government to target not just groups that perpetrate violence, but groups that merely support it using their free speech. And that is what it looks like is happening now. There's obviously also this accompanying cancel culture, which is partly directed by members of Congress. Anna Paulina Luna is one. Nancy Mace, of course, who's always looking for attention, is another, saying that, the Department of Education is now going to have to condition funding for public K through 12 school districts based on whether the teachers in those schools adhere to official government ideology and venerate Charlie Kirk. That makes no sense at all. And that's completely unconstitutional. You don't have to be a lawyer to know that. You just have to read, the few lines of the First Amendment. It's very clear. It is very strange to hear Pam Bondi sound like this kind of MSNBC liberal saying, oh, there's hate speech and then there's free speech. I mean, this was the argument that the right heard for many years, whether it came to Black Lives Matter or people's controversial views about LGBTQ trans issues. And now the right has adopted those arguments for themselves. You'll see another one that I'm seeing a lot, which is, this isn't cancel culture, this is accountability culture. So we're reviving all these old excuses just to destroy the First Amendment and exploit the death of Charlie Kirk, which, again, is disgusting.